your eyes down, but I know there's always a way. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything much smoother again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. The connections might be tangled, the power source has lost its spark, but every wire tells a story, and I can mend what's torn apart. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. When the current isn't flowing, when the signals disappear, I'll be here with tools and patience, make the static crystal clear. Every cable, every circuit, every problem that you bring, I'll restore what time has broken, make the whole world sing. So don't you worry about tomorrow, don't you stress about today. I've got maintenance for your troubles, and I'll chase them all away. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. Hey, Daniel, everything's good as new. Hey, Daniel, I'll fix you up for you.
Well, welcome, welcome, everybody. John and Trin, welcome. Today is Sunday, which means it's our Landlord Tenant docket. So let's get this rolling. No, I didn't see it, John. I don't pay attention to the drama anymore. I'm sorry. I just don't pay attention to the drama. I don't want no part of it.
Good morning, everyone. Court does call the case of Orchard Grove versus Robert Holliday.
Good morning, Judge. Jen Wilburn, P. 83143 for plaintiff.
Good morning. Mr. Holliday?
Yeah.
All right. You're here. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
This is a non-payment of rent case, Your Honor. There's an outstanding rental balance of $1,567.93 plus court costs $193 for a total of $1,760.93.
And sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
My wife and I'm sorry, I'm a little intimidated by this. Yes, we should have the money by the end of the month, hopefully.
By the end of the month? All right. Have you tried to work something out with the landlord on that, sir?
They didn't really give me an opportunity to kind of work any kind of arrangement out. It's simply get us the money or we're going to court. I could tell you more about the circumstances that make it a little bit more understandable.
Well, I don't know that I need to know that at this point in time. What I'll do is I'll give you 1 week adjournment. See if you can work something. It's going to be 2 weeks. Oh, that's right. I happen to be out for other reasons on the 20th. So I'd have to go 2 weeks out, counsel.
Understood, Judge.
On the case, on his adjournment. So I will adjourn this matter, and sir, in the interim, see if you can work something out with the landlord. If not, then we'll deal with it on the 27th. I'll adjourn this matter June 27th, 2025 at 3 p.m.
Greg, we need to talk.
No time, got sales calls to summarize.
You really need to switch to Monday CRM. It has.
And sir, we played a video initially. If you need assistance, you should try to contact some of those numbers and see if somebody can help you out. All right?
Yes, I apologize. What was the date again?
June 27th at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, sir.
An in-person hearing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good weekend.
Oh, you do the same.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of Beal Properties versus Lillian Martinez.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Daniel Landman, P35797, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff. Your Honor, I believe we've submitted a proposed dismissal without prejudice for this case.
Oh, did you? Okay, I don't have it. This case has been dismissed. That is without prejudice. Court does call the case of Beal Properties versus Cosine Welch Jr.
Daniel Landman appearing for the plaintiff.
They haven't signed in today, but were here yesterday. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't help us today. They're not here. If you'd like to take a default, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, this is a summary proceedings action based upon a rental arrearage. Based upon my client's books and records, the current rent to retain is $2,030. Costs are $175 for a grand total of $2,205. The proposed default judgment would reflect a writ date of June 23rd. To the best of my knowledge, this tenant is not incompetent, a minor, or a member of the military service. And to the best of my knowledge, this lease premises has been kept reasonably fit for the use intended during the lease term.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Beal Properties versus Brielle Roundtree.
Daniel Landman for the plaintiff.
They are not checked in. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, this is a non-payment action. Based upon my client's books and records, the current rent to retain is $1,774. Costs are $175 for a grand total of $1,949. The proposed judgment reflects a writ date of June 23rd. To the best of my knowledge, Ms. Roundtree is not incompetent, a minor, or a member of the military service. And to the best of my knowledge, this lease premises has been kept reasonably fit for the use intended during the lease term.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ issue 10 days. Beal Properties versus Mike Lucas.
Daniel Landman appearing for the plaintiff. Mr. Lucas is present, Your Honor.
Yes, he is. All right. Mr. Lucas, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, this is also a non-payment action. My client's records reflect a balance owed of $2,244 and costs of $175 for a grand total of $2,419.
Mr. Lucas, how are you intending on getting that paid, sir?
Well, my lease here ends on June 25th, and I already informed them that I was leaving. But prior to this, they received non-payment because of the deplorable conditions I'm living in. And I had to pack my stuff up, start taking it out of here to a storage unit because I got pictures, Your Honor, of rats in the garbage. I went without hot water for 8 days because they didn't want.
All right, Mr. Lucas, are you going to move by that date? Because they're only looking for possession of the premises. Are you going to move by the 25th?
I'm out of here.
Okay, that doesn't end. Are you out now?
I'll be out on the 25th. I told them yesterday.
Okay, all right, that works. Here's what I'll do. My next date is the 27th, so I'm going to adjourn this to June 27th, 2025 at 3 p.m. And maybe at that time the matter can be dismissed if you've vacated the premises and turned in the keys.
All right. What's the date? What's the date, Your Honor?
June 27th, 2 weeks from today. 3
All right.
p.m. If you're not out of the premises, that's an in-person proceeding, so you'll need to be here.
All right, I'll be out of here, believe me. I'll be out of here before
Okay.
that.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great weekend.
You do the same, Mr. Lynn. James Convis versus Anna Teachworth.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm asking for an eviction. I'm Jim Combs. I'm the owner.
Hold
and
on.
landlord.
Sir, state your name first of all, please.
James Convis.
All right. And your name, ma'am?
Anna Teachworth.
All right. It's a non-payment of rent case. What are you claiming is owed, sir?
Thank you, Your Honor. There may be more information here than you need, and I apologize for that. But I'm asking for an eviction order and a money judgment to be issued as soon as possible. To simplify this as much as possible, Anna has not paid any rent this year and hasn't even paid me back cash I loaned her last year. I have been telling Anna countless times this year that I have a court order to pay alimony to my ex-wife, and I am on a fixed income and cannot abide by that court order unless she starts paying rent. Many, many promises were made, but very, very, very few kept. No rent money has been made at all this year. Last year, she might have paid 2 months, and I was trying to work with her and some of her boyfriends so she could
Okay,
help.
sir, you are right. That is way too much information for right now.
Okay.
How much are you claiming is owed?
My demand letter's fine. It's $43.50. I don't expect to ever collect that, but that's fine.
Did you send a notice to quit, sir?
I did.
Her? All right, there it is. $43.50. All right. Ma'am, first of all, do you believe that you owe that money? And if you do, when do you intend on paying?
I do not owe the entire amount. I've asked for a detailed breakdown of what he claims that I owe $43.50 for, and I'm working with the Washtenaw County Housing and Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Okay, so you've applied to both of those?
I've applied to Washtenaw. I am in process of applying today to Michigan Department of Health and
All
Human
right,
Services.
I got you. Okay. So here's what you need to do. Since you're applying for some type of assistance to pay, you would need to file in your packet. There was a rental assistance form.
I think it'd be a horrendous cosmic joke for me to die.
You need to fill that form out. You need to put, when you do the DHHS, you need to put the tracking number on that. You need to file that with the court by next Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. You say you contacted Hawk or Housing Access for Washtenaw County or SOS?
I did. I have to call and call back and schedule an intake now that I have the official paperwork.
Okay. So have you scheduled an intake with them?
Not at this time, no. I will call them today as well.
You need to get on that. I will adjourn this matter out. My next available date is the 27th. I'll adjourn it out to June 27th, 2025 at 12 noon. Folks, that is an in-person proceeding. Both of you need to be.
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right. All right. Thank you. Court does call the case of Arbor Woods versus Tanisha Booker.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rachel Dortbush, Palace Law, on behalf of the plaintiff. And Your Honor, this one's actually a dismissal.
I don't.
Can you hear me now, Judge?
Yes, we can hear you. It was a problem on our end.
Okay.
All right. Yes, go ahead.
This one's actually a dismissal, Your Honor.
It is? Okay. Case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. Arbor Woods versus Jennifer Carroll and Linda Carroll.
I'm here.
Okay, I need a camera, please. All right. What is plaintiff's? All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $1,737.50.
All right. Ms. Carroll, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I can pay $700 today. I do have an SDR in to try and get help with the rest.
All right. So you're going to pay $700 today?
Actually, can I do it tomorrow? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going to get a money order until.
Okay. You'll do that. And then you have an SCR in?
Yes.
Okay. You'll need in your packet, or you can use the QR code that's on the screen. There's a form called a rental assistance form. You'll need to fill that out, put the tracking number on there, and file it with the court by this Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, you need to do that. I do not have next week, so I will adjourn this then to June 27th, 2025 at 1 p.m. That is an in-person proceeding, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Arbor Woods versus Mary Clark. Mary Clark? Not present. Yes, you may raise your right hand, Ms. Dornish. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. For the record, Rachel Dornbush, Pallets Law, on behalf of the plaintiff. Rent to retain is $808.50. Costs are $186 for a total due of $994.50. We're asking for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Arbor Woods versus Alyssa Cole. She is, okay, Ms. Cole is here. All right. And what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $2,995.10.
And Ms. Cole, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I'm back to work. I was off work for like 2 months. And it has been some issues with my back pay. I'm still going through the stuff with that at my job, but I am back working full time. And my next full check will be on the 27th. I plan on paying as much as possible, which will probably be around at least $2,000. I did put in something. I applied to 2 places. One place I got denied. And then the other place, they said I needed an actual eviction notice, that they couldn't help me out right now because I didn't have an eviction notice. Like I said, I am.
So who told you that?
The DHS.
The last one.
The DHS.
Okay, that's not correct. If it was DHS.
It is. I have the letter that they sent, and they said it was denied because I didn't have an actual eviction notice.
Did you give them your paperwork?
I sent them the court documents. Yes, that was sent to my house, and they said that it wasn't an actual eviction notice.
Okay. Is Amy here?
Yes, she is. Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I was trying to recall at the meeting, I think they were, when we ran into this, they were instructing individuals to go and to ask to speak to a supervisor, if I'm not mistaken.
I'd be happy to meet with her real quick and just try to clarify.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. So what I'll indicate is that you're going to pay $2,000 by the 27th. Is that correct, ma'am?
Correct.
Can you pay that? What's the time on that? Time for 1? Can you get that paid, say, before noon on the 27th?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Okay, great. Then I'll indicate that, and then I'm going to adjourn this matter to the June 27th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Okay, get that paid before noon on that date. All right?
Okay.
The other thing is that if you resubmit your SER, there's the form that's in your packet, the rental assistance form. You'll need to fill that out, put the tracking number on, and file that with the court by Wednesday.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, and ma'am?
Yes.
Ms. Cole?
Yes.
Hold on the line. We're going to put you into a breakout room with our court liaison officer to try to clarify that issue for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Arbor Woods versus Alexandra Figueroa Mejia. Figueroa Mejia. They are not here. Ms. Dornbush, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $4,406.54, costs of $186 for a total due of $4,592.54. And we'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ issued 10 days. Arbor Woods versus Christopher Finkowitz. Christopher Finkowitz, they have not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. It looks like at this point, Mr. Finkowitz only owes a portion of the court costs, so the total balance due is $132.21. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days, and in light of that balance, I assume the court will indicate no writ without hearing.
That is correct. Judgment to the plaintiff, that's by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days, no writ without a hearing. Arbor Woods versus Torrance Johnson. Torrance Johnson, you're not checked in, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $1,628.47, cost of $186 for a total due of $1,814.47, and we'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days. Arbor Woods versus David McLeod.
Mike left.
Here at Tax State. David McLeod. They've not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you. There's rent to retain of $788, cost of $186 for a total due of $974. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested. Writ to issue in 10 days. Arbor Woods versus Tyrone Miller.
That's a dismissal, Your Honor.
That's a dismissal. That case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. Court calls the case of Arbor Woods versus David Pitchford Jr. and Helen Cummings. Pitchford, Cummings.
I'm here.
response?
I'm trying to get.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get my camera on. Okay. Hello.
Oh, there you are. Okay. All right. You're Miss Cummings?
Yes, sir.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, the remaining balance due is $296.83. It's about $55 in rent, and then the court cost of $242.
Okay, so $296.83.
That's correct.
All right. All right, Miss Cummings.
Yes, sir.
When are you going to get that paid?
Well, this is my case, Your Honor. They charged me late fees after telling me that they would dismiss my late fees. Then I end up with court costs. Now I'm on a fixed income. I pay my rent on time every month. I own my modular. And this time I ran into an error with the computer system. We're just now getting a site manager here. So no one's there at the office to help us with our problem. I've been here for 10 years. I was told to pay online. And the reason to have to pay online is so we don't have to pay a lot of court charges because they log it in late. But now, here I am trying to pay online and it keeps coming up error. I go to the office. We don't have a site manager. I finally get someone. They tell me they're going to dismiss the charges. And then they didn't. I'm on a fixed income. I can't pay that. By the time I went in to pay what I thought they told me to pay, which was $7.50, it was at $11.77.17. I didn't have that. And you overcharge.
Okay, Ms. Cummings. Ms. Cummings?
Yes.
When you say you fell behind in your rent, they filed a case back in May.
I paid them in May.
And Your Honor, if I
Yes.
may, I'm reviewing the ledger, and it does look like my client did credit the May late fee of $55, leaving a balance due of $739.83, but that balance wasn't paid until May 21st, and at that point, this case had already been initiated. So there's the court cost of they're on the ledger for $244.15, but I think they're actually $242. So our balance makes that adjustment. It reduces it by $2.15. And then I do show the $750 paid on May 21st. There was an additional late fee on May 21st of $30. June charges hit, and there was a payment of $790.74. Looks like that was paid on June 7th. And so there was a June late fee of $55 that was charged as well on the rollover balance.
Got it.
And I'm on a fixed income. I can't pay.
Okay. All right, Ms. Cummings. Ms. Cummings.
Yeah.
If you had to get this paid, how do you think you can get it paid?
$1 down, $1 a month. I'm on a straight up fixed income, Judge Simmons. I don't have extra money. And
Ma'am,
I'm raising a
Miss
grandchild.
Cummings,
Yes.
Miss Cummings,
Yes.
I hear you.
Okay.
Okay. The reason I was asking the questions that I was asking is because if I didn't think that you owed it, I would say so. But it sounds like it's owed. So the question becomes, and that the case was properly initiated. So then the question becomes for me as to how you can get this paid.
I have to pay a little bit at a time. I don't have money.
Pardon?
Your Honor, if the court wants to set this over for the next date, I can certainly talk to my client and see if they're able to work out any sort of payment plan with Ms. Cummings with respect to the balance. I don't have any authority to do that today, but I can certainly inquire with my client.
All right. You understand that, Ms. Cummings?
I sure do.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do, Ms. Cummings, is I'm going to adjourn this to June 27th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Okay.
Okay.
In the interim, Ms. Dornbush is going to talk to her client, see if there can be a payment plan to try to make this manageable for you. It's just that you ended up with the court cost, and that's really what the problem is here. So we could figure this out. Don't lose hope. We'll get it done. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you. That's an in-person
I got a
hearing on that.
question.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
they keep adding late charges when you don't pay? So does it stop here?
Okay. All right, Ms. Cummings. Ms.
Yes.
Cummings.
Yes.
Hang on. We'll figure that piece out for any late fees that come later in the month. But let's try to figure out if this were the amount, how we're going to get that paid. And let's try to work out a payment plan, and then we'll figure out the late fee part after that. Okay. So let's take it one step at a time. All right.
All right. Okay.
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 So I'll set it out on the 27th at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. Okay, Ms. Cummings?
I'll be here. I'll be there.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Arbor Woods versus Heather Randall.
I'm here.
Oh, there she is. All right. All right. What is the plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $3,889.75.
Pesty's having a spring Black Friday sale. Get 35% off the Pesty Smart Pest Plan to stop bugs in their trash.
Okay, Ms. Randall, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I just got back to work. I've been in the hospital. I had surgery and then had to subsequently go back in. So I'm back to work starting Monday full time. So 2 weeks from then.
Jay, you have to have a good attitude. If you're mad all the time and you're pissed off all the time and you don't joke around, I try to have a good attitude. I try to have fun. You know, it's having to start a channel over again is very stressful. It is very stressful. I think I found my thing, and I think we're gonna do okay. I try to be.
I can make a payment of at least $1,200, and then I'll have to see, the dates on the rest so I can figure out. I do get paid weekly.
Okay. All right. So hold on there for a moment. When's the next time you think you can make a payment of at least $1,200?
Next Friday.
On the 20th?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it would be Saturday.
Right. Gotcha. So and by the 27th, can you make another payment or no? You get paid weekly.
Yes,
All
I
right.
get paid
And
weekly.
how much would that be, you think?
600.
600? All right.
Yes.
Okay. So here's what I'll do. Have you reached out for assistance at all, ma'am?
Like I said, I just got out of the hospital, and I just got all of this paperwork. So I will be filing for a state emergency relief
and looking into other things, looking into other
Okay.
avenues.
All right, let's do this then. You look at making those payments. I will adjourn this to June 27th, 2025 at 1 p.m. And then what I'm going to do, did you see the video and do you have the numbers and things like that, or?
Yes, I saw the video.
Okay, so what we'll do is let me also, since you just got out and to try to make sure things stay on track, you still make those payments. I'm going to put you into a breakout room with our court liaison officer.
Okay.
And talk about what might be available for you, okay?
Okay, thank
Try
you
to
so
get you
much.
back on track.
Thank you.
Okay? All right, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of Arbor Woods versus, you're going to put her in with me? Okay. Court calls the case of Arbor Woods versus Erwin, Ulrin, Robertson.
And that's a dismissal, Your Honor.
That's you made me stumble over the name and then, okay, that's okay.
Sorry.
All right, that case is dismissed without prejudice. Arbor Woods versus Damon Stafford and also Bansari Polk. Stafford, Polk, not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Stafford did reach out to our office this morning, Your Honor. He indicated that he thought court was yesterday and that he is traveling today. He indicated he was going to try to get onto the Zoom call today, but he didn't specifically know when his plane was departing or if that would interfere. I let him know that if he wasn't able to sign onto Zoom, I'd have to request the default judgment. He indicated, Your Honor, his intent to have everything paid on June 25th. The statutory 10-day period is June 23rd, and I let him know that. And I did also let him know that he could reach out to Arbor Woods directly to see if they would hold off on seeking the writ until after June 25th. So for that, I do have to request the default judgment, and there is rent to retain of $1,483.73, cost of $242 for a total of $1,725.73.
What I'm going to do in this case, and thank you for informing the court in your candor, I'm going to grant a judgment for possession to the plaintiff with the redemption amount in the amount requested. I will do this since they reached out and he indicated a specific date, and I don't think it's going to cause any harm. A writ to issue the 25th. I'll do it that way, and I realize I'm doing that over the objection of plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court does call the case of Arbor Woods versus Carol Toronto and Judith Wells.
So here. Oh, I'm here.
Okay, hello, Ms. Wells. All right. What is plaintiff's claim?
With cost, Your Honor, $3,481.44.
All right. Ms. Wells?
Your Honor, if I would be allowed to speak for Miss Welts, I'm Carol Taranto's daughter.
I'm sorry?
I'm Allison Kirby. Sorry. I was wondering if I would be allowed to speak for Miss Welts and Carol Taranto. I'm their daughter and granddaughter, respectively.
Okay. So you're the daughter and granddaughter.
I'm Carol Taranto's daughter and Judy Welts' granddaughter. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Normally I'll let you go ahead. All right. What did you want to say?
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Your Honor. I would like to request a motion for continuance. If possible, Carol Taranto is the primary provider and therefore has more of an idea of the finances, but she's currently in the hospital. So I was hoping if we could push this case until she was released.
All right. So let me ask this before I do anything. Is there any amount that can be paid within the next couple weeks? Do you know?
I don't currently know the state of her finances, unless that was something that I would be paying. But yes, that I'm unaware of that. I'm sorry.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words.
All right, Ms. Wells, you don't have any idea as to whether something can be paid or not?
No, I don't know, Your Honor.
Okay. Here's what I'll do. I will adjourn the matter to the 27th, 2025 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person proceeding. Are they going to potentially be in need of any assistance, ma'am, do you think, or?
I'm sorry, I'm sitting with Judith here. We are currently having a very hard time.
Who are you?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm just helping Judith in person. My name is Anna. I'm one of her granddaughters.
Okay, so I got granddaughters and all over the place here. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. One has been coordinating getting the hospital to like fax documents over, I guess, and then I'm the one that is in person with Judith.
Okay.
But
All
I
right.
am seeking resources for her for all of the above, like any type of state assistance, anything that we can be directed to, we would appreciate.
All right. So here's, if they seek assistance through DHHS or anything along those lines, or any other type of assistance, in the packet, there is what's called the rental assistance form, the packet that was served on them. That would need to be filled out with, and if it's DHHS or a state emergency relief, there's a tracking number that would have to be put on that form. All right. If there's any other type of assistance, that would have to be listed out. And then that form needs to be filed with the court by Wednesday. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, I got it, Grandma.
Okay.
You got that? Okay. And here's what I will do also. She's just going to be busy today. Let me have the two things here. It will put you in with my court liaison officer, and they may be able to apprise you of other assistance that might be available. Okay?
Yep.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. So that's on the 27th. That's an in-person hearing. All right. But we'll go from there on that. All right.
Thank you,
Yes,
Your
hold
Honor.
on. Pardon? Who's the last name?
The one with Judith Wells, the granddaughter.
Oh, the granddaughter that's with Judith Wells. For our records, we need your last name.
Jones.
I told you it was really easy. No, I'm kidding. All right. All right. Well, so you guys hang on the line. We'll put you into a breakout room with Amy, and she'll be able to discuss some things with you. Okay?
Yes, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you. Arbor Woods versus Roy Williams and Terry Williams. Roy or Terry Williams, not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $785.24. Cost of $242 for a total due of $1,027.27. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested, writ to issue 10 days. Northfield Estates versus Emma Lowe.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Lowe. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I think I'm okay. All right.
I feel
And
excited.
what
I've
is-
seen you on court cam before. I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity.
Yes, Miss Dornbush is a celebrity. All right. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $1,438.65.
All right. All right. Ms. Lowe, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I just got my first paycheck at my new job today, so I was gonna pay $800 of that, and then before my next paycheck should be able to come up with the rest of that balance.
Okay, so you're going to pay $800 today?
Yep.
Okay. And
Your
then
Honor,
you're
just to clarify, my client reported that Miss Lowe already paid $800 today. So is she going to pay another $800 then?
Correct. This was my first paycheck at my new job. I lost 2 jobs in 3 months, but I have 2 new jobs. So I'm hustling, trying to get that money paid.
Gotcha. Okay, I just wanted to clarify, Miss Lowe, because I knew you had made the one. So
okay.
Yep.
So you already paid the $800.
I paid an $800 this morning. I have another $800 coming tonight.
Okay, so there's going to be a total of $1,600 that's paid.
Before, yeah, by Monday, when they get the after hours.
Okay. All right. So if you do that, what will likely happen, I'll give you an adjourn date of the 27th, 2025 at 1 p.m. But that will look like that will take care of everything. And so that if that's paid, the case would be dismissed, or am I wrong?
Nope, the 1438.65, Your Honor, already takes into account the $800 payment made this morning.
I got you. That makes sense. I'm sorry. Okay. So you're gonna pay the 800. I'll adjourn it out to the 27th at 1 p.m.
If I have that balance.
Make that,
Thank you,
okay.
sir.
And so when's your next check? After,
It's 2 weeks from today.
so on the 27th?
Yep.
Okay, so do you think you can get something paid if it's gonna be the balance before, say, noon on that day?
If it's paid total by balance, does that mean I don't have to show up in person?
What, you don't want to be there in the presence of a celebrity?
I
What's the
do, but
deal?
I just
No.
don't want to miss any more work. Just starting at my new job.
Ma'am, if everything gets paid prior to the court date, they would dismiss it.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you so much. Yes,
All
that will
right.
be done.
So, all right, then I'll set it on the 27th at 1 o'clock. Miss Lowe, you have
Thank
a
you
great
so
weekend.
much. You too.
All right, take care.
Bye.
All right, that's all I have for you, Ms. Dornbush.
I agree, Your Honor. There are a couple people though signed into Zoom.
I
don't
know.
if they're Arbor Woods tenants. They might be dismissals. But before I signed off, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
And they all disappeared except the phone, but I don't have the number. There is an individual who has called in. I don't have the number up anymore.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
This isn't just a wallet, it's a rare find. There's something different about owning something almost nobody else has. That's why when Ridge dropped
Town Center Place versus Secret Melvin.
It please the court, Mark Wasbury for plaintiff.
Well, now, did you need the hearing assisted equipment? I think we had that the last time for you, right?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I was supposed to bring.
Hold on. I know you got something you want to tell me. What's your name?
Secret Melvin.
All right, very good. Okay. And where are we on this case? I'm afraid to ask.
And you.
Judge.
Had to bring.
Hold,
I'll let Ms. Melvin explain where we're at.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead, Ms. Melvin.
Last time he asked me, and Jill asked for my health condition, and I was bringing this to you today. This was my date was for today.
That's regarding your health?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't recall specifically that.
Well, there, and then this is for 2 days ago. Let me explain. The month of August, I had 4 people that died. My daughter-in-law and my son's mother-in-law, plus 2 people in our building where I live, which is horrible.
Yeah.
Needless to say, my nerves are shot. Plus, I've been getting violations from the office for mice. I've been dealing with 4 weeks now with mice in my apartment. Plus, the other one is when supposedly I attacked tenant in our building. When the notice from the office says they want to get a police report from City Hall, I went down to City Hall and they have no police report because they don't do that. So I went to the police department and got the police order, which is right here. She just said she has ordered the police report from City Hall.
Who has ordered?
She.
Okay.
And this is the police report.
Yeah, let me see it. Okay. All right. See that.
Okay. I want her to stop writing me up this violation, lease violation, lease. The first one she did, the pesticides control comes on Fridays. So supposedly he reported that I have roaches in my apartment. So I go down to the office and ask her. She says, well, it's in your file. I said, well, let me see my file. She wouldn't let me see my file. So she called 911 and she called the police. And the officers came and Officer Brady said, okay, Siggy, what you do this time? I'm 83 years old and I can't take any more of this.
All right, hold on one moment. Let me hear from the other side. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're here for a termination of tenancy due to items on a balcony that continuously get worse. I think she mentioned the infestation problem. She has mice. She's growing vegetables on her balcony. And we've warned her in April and May, please remove these items. You're allowed to have 5 potted plants. Her balcony's full. I have photos and it's gotten worse as the summer goes on. So it hasn't gotten better. She didn't clean off the balcony. She does have mice and
I thought the mice issue wasn't before me.
that is a separate termination of tenancy letter that I sent to her. But we think some of it could be attracting the mice with all the items on her balcony. So she's got things hanging from her balcony. She's got multiple plants. You're not allowed.
The one that I saw was just plants. I didn't recall seeing anything that was hanging.
Oh, all right, Judge. Well, if I could give your officer, the sheriff, the deputy, current picture. Give her the photo too. This was taken on Monday.
So the specific lease provision that we're referring to.
It's the resident handbook, Judge. There's a specific provision in the resident handbook, which is incorporated in the lease. You're allowed to have 5 potted plants, and you're not allowed to
use a clicker for the TV in the community room. Right. First place, the balcony is part of my apartment that I pay rent for. I've been living there since 2006, and I had flowers there. Plus, I started the gardens in the backyard with my neighbors with Growing Hope. So that's been my sidekick and my pleasures for that. And putting 5 plants. Well, if you put your house plant on the balcony for the summer, you ain't got room for nothing else.
Hold on one moment. I'm trying to get the.
Okay.
You have the resident hand.
I do. I've opened it to the page, about the center of the page.
About center. You want to tell me?
This is Growing Hope. When I had started in on the balcony, they had permission from management to put in gardens. And here's a letter from.
These gloves can withstand 1,340-degree flames, broken glass, and razor-sharp blades because they're built from military-grade Kevlar.
Anna Christina from 2016 that they're going to put in the gardens. Here's from 2020 program highlights. That's me on the picture with Growing Hope. And this is a pamphlet from Growing Hope that takes care of us and we take care of them, and is connected with a farmer's market since 2006. So with her coming up, I'll forget all that stuff. Then why, if we have a balcony in every apartment?
Okay.
So I didn't do any violation on that because the balcony was there before I moved in. And it's my privilege to move in and put things in there what I like.
Well, except that you got to certainly follow the guidelines. And I'm.
Oh, just a second, sir. Forest City was in 1974 owned the building or managed the building. Then just before COVID, Rose Management took over. Then about a year ago, Winfield out of Boston, Massachusetts came in and was doing all this find stuff for us old seniors. I have 170 seniors in the building and they don't do anything for us. We can even have the clicker to the TV in the community room. They took our drinking water fountain. The state of Michigan, it's a law that you have to have water, plus all the other stuff. The lobby door was open for 24 days because they didn't have somebody come and repair. So that was our security. And here we are talking about 3 plants, or 4 plants, 5 plants. Well, that's my life. Without food, I can't eat. And I do have some kind of a pleasure in this life.
I understand all of that, but a couple of things here, outside of the number of plants that are here, there are 2 that are hanging from the railings.
I don't have any, oh, that's from upstairs. There's only 2 up here.
Yeah, the 2,
Yeah.
see those 2?
Well, they have the loops so you can hang the baskets there.
What do you mean they have the loops?
They're right on top of where that street is.
So, but
they've been there since
Hold on,
206 and that, so I'm sorry.
So you're saying that there are rings up there to hang?
Yeah, there's a hole in this metal part that you can put the S-shaped metal part in and put the blanket down.
Okay, but there's a hole there.
Yeah.
Right? Except that may work, but the bylaws clearly indicate that you can't hang anything from the railing.
Well, I never got a copy of that new bylaw and I didn't sign anything.
Have an acknowledgement from 2018, Judge.
It's the same?
It is the one that you reviewed.
Yeah.
Is the same house rules that she acknowledged receiving.
Yeah, but you went in charge then and she wasn't in charge then. That is, was still under Forest City.
Actually, she acknowledged it in June of 22, Judge.
But that was not in all the new paperwork right there, because they printed out a book this segment, but new house rules. Basically, you can't even breathe. That's how many rules they got. It was never okayed by the HUD, because I contacted the HUD. Because if we have balconies, we can put nothing on it. Well, what good is it?
Well, you can have some furniture out there. You're allowed to have 5 potted plants out there.
Yeah, but like I said, if I put my winter plant on the balcony for the summer, I don't have room for anything else. So I couldn't even put it on, because then my house plant have to go back in the house for the summer. And then people give me roses I got for my birthday, for Mother's Day, and the other day. And guess what? The rose bush is just starting to bloom. And this is almost September. So it's my pleasure and my enjoyment, and it's good for my health.
Ma'am, I get all of that, but there's, why I started with the hanging baskets is it's really clear you can't hang anything from the balcony.
Well, like I said, I didn't sign that one.
Well,
because other people have bicycles.
Well, yeah, but like my mom said, if one jumps off the bridge, that doesn't mean you do. So listen, what I'm trying to tell you, if you're telling me that the acknowledgement that I saw in 2022, that acknowledgement of the handbook was not the handbook that you got.
When I moved in in 2006, when they didn't have all these crazy rules. People have bicycles on the balcony. They got storage bags on there. They have the dogs doing their business on the balcony. Well, so why are they picking on me? I have all these violations from them. Yeah, violation is harassment the resident in the courtyard. Then we have one, oh, they took our shopping carts away. So when you come home with your groceries, you have to take them from the car to the apartment. So I used the garbage pail because I didn't have anything else was real. So she wrote me up as a violation because I used the garbage can. We never had nitpicking stuff like that in our building before. We had a happy home, especially when, and Magnolia was in charge. She did cooking, serving. We had coffee and donuts. We had movies at night and all that stuff. No, we don't have that anymore. They took the clickers away, but somebody might want to steal it. But she has a TV in the hallway that she controls, and there's a sign says, "Do not steal this because you're on camera." What kind of management team is that? We are old people, 170 senior. Oh, what? We want all our life to be retired, not be pushed around by people. Sorry about that.
Let me just ask a couple questions. Is there a social worker that works with the individuals there?
No,
Why not?
they won't pay for it.
Who won't pay for it?
Yeah, but I do have.
Hold it, ma'am. Who won't pay for it?
Ask for a resident.
Who won't pay for it?
Management company.
The management company won't pay for it. They want me to enforce their rules.
Is your son stuck in a frustrating cycle of choosing ineffective study strategies, having late night cramming sessions, and then ultimately?
And I have, if I take her number, 170 elderly people and no social worker to help them navigate things.
We try our best in the.
I didn't ask that.
I have.
They won't hire professional folks to help these people manage. I've listened at the last hearing, and while it may not seem like much to many of us, I mean, you can't take away all of their economy. I mean, she's mentioned the clicker 8, 9 times, 5, 6 times today.
I have replaced it like 4 times.
What's she say?
She said she replaced it 4 times. Don't.
In the office, if they need to change it, they can come and get it at any time.
Objection, right now that box that connects the TV to the clicker is gone. And she's not in the office after 5 o'clock or on the weekend, so we can come to her and ask her to help out of the clicker. I got
Say
it.
that last part again to me.
Pardon me?
Say that last part you said.
She works from Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock. So over the weekend, there's nobody there that could give us the clicker.
Just stop. Is that true?
I work 9 to or 8 to 5, so Monday through Friday.
Okay, right. So, right. But I guess the point of it all is the clicker or the remote is in the office. So after 5 o'clock, they wouldn't have access.
Correct.
On the weekends, they don't have access.
Correct.
So whatever the TV's on Friday at say 5:05, that's it till Monday 8 o'clock.
I do.
Is that really?
Well, here's the problem, Judge. We just had it stolen, and we had to have it replaced. The box.
The box was furnished by Comcast.
You had to have the whole control set box replaced? Why?
And someone stole it.
Well, I have 2 of my neighbors here. Maybe you should ask them about this system. Because this way, you find out more than just
Well,
what I'm asking. If they stole that claim, then how come they did?
Ma'am, yeah, okay. I don't need to hear more about that. What? Any type of professional staff to help these folks navigate their day? That's a question.
I mean, not on payroll, no. Not at our building.
According to federal law, there has to be a social worker in the building, according to Art.
That's accurate, Judge, but some do, some don't.
Well, we need 2 of them. Because we can't put up with this any longer. They even got the cupboards to the kitchen locked up so we can even take out a cup to drink water. We never lived like that before. It's just this Winfield company that moved in out Boston, Massachusetts, and that's it. And I've been
Yeah, you can go to Walmart. I know the Maxway store sells them here. I don't know if Family Dollar still sells the universal remotes. They used to sell the universal remotes. I know Maxway sells them. Maxway and Rose's stores usually sell them. You can go to Walmart and buy a universal remote and just go through the code book. I have videos on this channel how to program universal remotes. I use a universal remote on my TV to keep the original remote safe. If something happened to the universal remote, I still have the original remote. Yeah, exactly. I don't think you can't call Melinda, you can't call, she's not, I guess you could say, I'm gonna kill that damn ice cream guy. I'm gonna shoot that damn ice cream guy. Every time he comes, every time I'm doing a live stream, usually he comes. But what I'm saying is, I guess you could say she's kind of a social worker. She's a service coordinator. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot that damn. Every time I turn around, man, I'm doing a live stream. He lets to come down the street. Yeah, I can't say that Melinda is the service coordinator. I guess you could say she's kind of a social worker because she does arrange for stuff. Most of the time, she sits on her ass in the office and doesn't do anything. Now, I do more work in 6 months than she does in an entire year. And see, we're not paid by, I think she gets paid by HUD. I think she's part of, no, she gets paid, Melinda gets paid by the company who owns this building. At one time, they used to get a HUD grant. I've been here 30 years. I'm sure there's a reason why they took the vending machine. I'm sure that there was a good reason why they removed the vending machine from downstairs. Probably because people were probably robbing the damn thing. Yeah, they removed the vending machine from downstairs. There was probably a good reason for it. Probably because it was either getting robbed or the people who was supposed to fill the machine never came and filled the machine, or the machine got broken or something happened to the machine and was taking people's money. I think that's one of the reasons why they got rid of it. Yeah, I live in Section 8 housing. I've never gotten behind on my rent either. I've always paid my rent on time. As far as, I have no idea what the rules are here. Google got the, yeah. But they could, there's alternate, you can do alternate things. You can buy I don't know if they still have one or not. They had them, a thing where you can get cold water. Let's see. Oh my God. A week and a couple days. A week and a couple days, I'm going to be 56 years old. I don't need. I definitely agree with you guys that it's stressful. It's stress free doing this, and I kind of enjoy doing it. I got some Judge Webster and I got some Judge Bryant. So I've been kind of working. See, I don't. Before we continue with today's docket, I want to say this, that I'm always doing stuff for this channel. I've never stopped. When I stop doing a live stream, that doesn't end when I end the live stream. I'm always looking for content to be presented on this channel, whether it's Judge Fletcher or Judge Middleton or Judge Simpson or Judge Boyd or Judge Gother, miscellaneous cases, stuff like that. Excuse me. There's I can't say there's 125 apartments in this building, but I have one vacant on my floor that I know of. It was that blind guy. It was that blind guy that used to drive me crazy about the damn cigarette lighters. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. I still work. When I get done doing this live stream, I'm going to probably take a few minutes break and eat something and take my medicine. But then I'm going to go back. I have to schedule a live stream for tomorrow, which takes some time to do because I have to do it, set it up in StreamYard, and then I have to go to YouTube Studio and set it up. Make sure to chat replay, put it in the right playlist. Make sure the chat replay and subscriber mode is turned on. I think 10 minutes is long enough. I see a lot of channels doing that lately because there's so many trolls. There's so many trolls that come on these channels like that. All right. Enough of me barking like a dog.
And contacting the Attorney General. I go to City Council once a month and ask them for help. They finally did the help when they put the City Council on Zoom. That's when the building department came and inspected our building, which has been inspected since before COVID. Now this week, they came in and inspected each individual apartment. So I haven't seen the report yet on that. No, it's been very much neglected. You can talk to the mayor.
Okay. I'll put it in a broad sense. So there is no one of a professional nature there, like a social worker, at all to help these folks. So when the circumstances that we spoke of regarding, well, let's just take you okay?
No, it's just horrible.
Okay. Why don't you do this? Why don't you have a seat back there, Okay, just,
If you're currently using or planning to use any of these companies and you can see your car listed here, then you should go with this company and
And walkers and wheelchairs and accidents and that.
what I'm a little bit concerned about is that, and I'm just gonna tell you how I see it, that
Yeah.
there's nobody, so let's say these potted plants here that are on here, I don't think they would have all happened in one day. But as it's starting to go along, you notice a problem. They just get communicated to in writing and nobody talks to them about it.
But she.
Judge, actually, a few years ago, we were in court for this same issue during the pandemic. And
Okay.
it resolved itself, but
I get that, but what I guess I'm getting at is who just talks to these folks, not from a standpoint of, management to whatever, but just talk to them as human beings to try to have them understand what the problem is. Go ahead, yes.
Adult Protective Services came in today.
Yes.
Adult Protective Services came in today and management explained to them what the issue is. I've spoken with Ms. Melvin on the phone and she said, oh yeah, I'll clean up the balconies. And she did not.
I never talked to him on the phone.
I'm pretty clear on that, but Judge, anyway, so management has tried to work with her. She's not always easy to agree with the things that are requested, which is to comply with the handbook. And that balcony's completely overgrown.
All right, Ms. Melvin, when winter comes or when we get cooler weather than what we're having now, what do you do with these pots?
Well, basically the pots stay for a while. When I had rose bushes, I would plant them in the front garden in front of the apartments. Because when I moved here, when I moved there, I bought the roses from my garden so that it looks nice and pretty for years. But this is management. Nobody wants to do anything for them. And then there's the question of $5,000. This company came and did a survey. They gave us $25 gift certificate. And at the end, the lady said, well, we have a price for you. We're giving the Residents Association $5,000 to do with as they want. We don't get the choice to decide what to do with the $5,000. She put it upon herself to make little credit cards with little things. Well, only less than 10 people attend. Our building needs food. Our elderlies don't cook, that includes me. We need that money invested in food and have it catered into our building. We need food. Here is Michigan Legal Services. I contact them.
Okay. So have you contacted legal services?
Yeah.
And what have they said?
Well, this is eviction matter here.
We met legal services at our property with Ms. Melvin present because they're entitled to a meeting after they get a termination letter. Legal services does beyond that is up to legal services.
Right. Ms. Melvin?
Yeah.
Did they say they were going to represent you in this case?
In this case, it's Jill. She was here the last time they had a meeting.
Okay, Ms. Bauer?
And then, yeah, and then they contacted my social worker. do my health department on that. So they're helping me with every step in this thing.
Okay, but did they say that they're helping you? Did they say they were gonna represent you?
No, after this, no, because it's interfering with my health. So, well, that's why I came here today. Well, I got so much stuff.
Okay, don't pull all that stuff out,
Yeah,
because, all right, hold on one moment.
okay. Because this.
The way this is going, it's gonna get there, isn't it?
Greg, we need to talk.
No time, got sales calls to summarize.
You really need to switch to Monday CRM. It has built-in.
Okay. So you've been talking with Joe Bauer from Legal Services?
No, Lou Haskell.
Lou Maskell?
Yeah.
Okay. And did Miss Maskell indicate that she was going to represent, that Legal Services was going to represent you?
Well, that's when I came here, and they're working on that, because that's why they gave me the note from the doctors I was supposed to bring.
Okay, all right.
Because nobody came when I had a fire. Nobody came to fix the water leak from the office. I had to take care of that all myself. The fire was in the fan in the bathroom.
Okay.
Lucky that the alarm was outside my apartment door, so the fire department came. But it took them 2 months to come and replace it.
All right.
Yes, we need social workers. Because I'm sure the fire department came after it reported it.
Okay, I got it. So here's part of the issue. Part of the issue is I don't have the time to hear everything today and then to make a decision.
Okay.
Okay? So we're gonna set a date. That's why I called you. We're gonna set a date for everybody to come back and we'll have a trial. Okay?
Okay.
All right. One of the things that I'm going to want to see, when there are changes in the handbook, how would I know that the handbook that I saw the acknowledgement 2022, how do I know that that's what she acknowledged in 2022? Because she's kind of indicating to me that's
There
it.
should be a copy in her file.
Copy of the actual handbook itself is in the file.
That doesn't mean I read it. But she wouldn't even let us see my phone. My posters on the list. She called the police. Okay, I'm sorry, Dad.
It's okay. Maybe. I'm not saying that I'd be able to make that determination, but that's one of my issues is how do I know that that's the one she signed? Because she's indicating whether read or not.
We have the file, Judge.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm just saying because she said that and I don't see anything there. All right, so. All right, Ms. Melvin?
Yeah.
I'm gonna set a trial date,
Okay.
okay? And so then you can come back, on that date, you need to bring whatever witnesses you have and other document, you brought some documentation today certainly, but you need to bring that documentation to court that day, okay? All right? And then hopefully on that day, I'll be able to hear everything regarding the case and we can move forward with it.
I contacted.
Did you contacted for?
For help, general help, even the prosecution attorney, the attorney general, the county, even Debbie Dingle,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Brian Hunter, Hope Clinic, you know, 107, and nobody comes and helps.
Okay.
You know, especially after COVID, everything changed, but I can't just let my neighbors sit there dry. And you know, and, somebody making up stuff.
Okay.
So when I had the gardens, I could share my fruits and vegetables with my neighbors. I mean, right now the gardens don't grow, so I got 1 tomato and 2 cucumbers for the whole year. So Mother Nature's cutting us off too.
All right. Set a trial, non-jury trial on this matter for Tuesday, September 16th,
Okay.
2025 at 9 a.m.
Well,
Okay, because it's a Tuesday, when you come into the courthouse, I likely won't be in this courtroom. I'll be in courtroom A, so I'll be in the first courtroom.
that's fine.
Okay, so you.
All right, we're back and we're gonna start a minute early here. There's no harm in that. All right, she's here on this one. All right, let's go back on the record. We're on the record in the matter of Mary McLean versus Colleen McPherson. Miss McPherson is here. Also here is Pam Kirkland from Adult Protective Services, Tony Laughlin from Adult PS, part of Commission on Aging. And we don't have Doug Coleman today, but I had excused him. This is a property on Mooney Lake Road that the defendant was residing in. We had a big discrepancy as to whether rent was being paid or not, but I don't need to resolve that question to resolve this. The township says she can't live there, and we have several agencies that were attempting to help her find a place to move to. Miss McCullough, have you found a place to go? Miss McPherson, have you found a place to go?
I have 2 apartments that I'm very interested in. I had to turn in the paperwork. They know the situation. They have to do so many checks now, and it just takes time. One was waiting for the cleaning crew to get done, and they said they'd be done today at 4. So I have prospects.
All right. Miss Laughlin or Miss Kirkland, either of you got any update for me regarding this?
She's continuing to work on it. We've submitted probably 10 applications just in the last week. And she does have plans to get her stuff packed up with her daughter tomorrow. So she is making progress. She just hasn't been able to vacate yet.
That was Miss Laughlin from Commission on Aging. All right, well, you have 10 days from today to move. So let's talk about that, and I'll advise you guys as well. I would note that Mr. and Mrs. McLean are here. Ms. McPherson is here. Everybody's here live. I find that you have 10 days from today to move. That would be September 22nd. After that day, you could be subject to being evicted. You'd come to the courthouse with $15 and ask the sheriff to do the eviction. I think you're actively attempting to move. You want to move. You don't want to be there. They don't want you there. This is not any hearing regarding money damages. It's just regarding possession of the premises. There's no lease. Normally, I would say you have to turn in your keys and give your forwarding address within 4 days of your moving. I'd simply change whatever locks are on there after she moves. I change the locks. I don't know whether you're going to pursue any money damages. There is no lease, so it's not a great case for that. At this point, you just want to get her out. I'm not doing any money judgment. Now, here's the key. You don't have to evict her on September 12th. You have the right to do that on the following day, the 13th. But I said this earlier today, if the moving van is backed up and she's in the process of moving, it might not make sense to do the eviction because it's messy. The sheriff comes out, they put all the stuff on the side of the road. It's much better if the tenant vacates on their own. She's got help from 2, possibly 3 agencies helping her to find a place to move to. There's funding available, but there aren't enough houses, period.
I have the funding.
Yes.
Housing Resources is paying 3 months rent and the deposit.
Yes, you're very fortunate. So many people don't have that.
Right.
But there's not enough housing and there's not enough subsidized housing. I don't know if you guys, there's a meeting, and that's probably not adult PS's purview, but they're having a meeting on Tuesday, September 10th, 9th, I guess that would be. I guess it's Wednesday, September 10th, at the Presbyterian Church to talk with all the housing providers and funding providers. And at any rate, you should plan on vacating there within the next 10 days. If they do that, the matter's done. I don't have a bailiff. And Elaine, well, what I'll do is I'll ask you guys to go out to the court office, each get a copy of this order. You got 10 days to move. You got plenty of help. Hopefully they can find a nice apartment for you, get part of your rent paid. Did you have a particular one you were interested in? What's the one where they were doing the cleaning?
That's in Kalamazoo.
All right. I'll tell you what, everybody just wait here and she'll bring copies back to us.
Judge Middleton?
Yes.
Can I ask that you maybe ask Miss McLean not to enter Miss Colleen's apartment when she's not there and videotape and send me videos of the home when Miss McPherson is not there.
There's no lease, so there isn't provisions of the lease. She's a tenant at sufferance, but she is a tenant. So absent her consent, you don't have the right to go in there. So let's just get through the next 10 days. Hopefully it'll be sooner than that. You can vacate, and as I said, I'm sure you won't get in this situation again. This was way more trouble than it was worth. All right. Meg, I've got Casey Villa from Golden Ponds, and I have I don't have the attorney yet. I was going to put you in the breakout room with the attorney, but I think that's the manager. All right, so everybody's on the same page. You're going to get out of there. You're not going to go in her apartment for the next 10 days until she vacates. Yes?
You spoke a lot about health and safety the last time. We have 2 major concerns. For one, I did have permission to go in there, and part of the video was to show the deplorable conditions. Pam herself told me, and Miss McPherson, she belonged in a nursing home. That even assisted living should not be within her reach with her current conditions. There are hatching flies, maggots, filth, rodents. It's horrible as far as safety and health. I'll be able to get it
Just a
cleaned
minute.
up eventually.
But and that I believe you.
But her son is violent. He is a felon.
Is he there too?
No.
She tried to move him in, saying she needed him to care for her because she needed help, and got a doctor to give her an order that said he had to live there.
Well, you need to get out. Don't bring your son in there or anyone else in there.
He's trespassed. He hasn't been back out there.
We had to get a trespass order.
But I don't know how this place got so filthy, whether it was
It's
free or
not
not
that
free.
filthy.
I have
When it
videos.
was
Stop. There's not something called not that filthy. If it's got flies and maggots in it, it's not.
I told her about the flies. They took the thermostat.
All right. I
was-
don't need to hear any more about it. You just need to get out.
Yeah, exactly.
So give her that. She and her supporters can leave, and then we'll wait a few minutes and have them claims leave.
Thank you.
If it's bad enough, it could have been subject to immediate health and hazard. And so Douglas Kuhlman sort of backed up a little bit, but theoretically I could have evicted her the next day. But the sooner this tenancy comes to an end, the better. All right, everyone, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor. All right, you guys just stick with me for a minute and then we'll.
Oh, okay.
What do I do now?
Is he serving more money?
Yes.
I wanted to make.
That isn't very good. Like I said, I was gonna go over these before I gave them to you. All right, thank you. I got things. But you're supposed to be
I
gone.
have to leave at 2:40.
Oh, I thought it was 2. I got bumped back.
Yeah.
All right, as I said, no good deed goes unpunished. I had a couple of these, including the next one. And so I'm sure you guys want to get out of this business. All right, they're probably gone. You guys are good to go.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Hopefully I won't see you in here anymore. Although you're welcome to come visit anytime.
I would like that.
Okay, I'm open all day from 8 to 5. Or you can watch it on YouTube. Thank you.
We have friends that watch no other TV but you. I'm serious.
Well, tell them thank you, but they need to get out more.
Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Okay, well, you're a year ahead of me, so I'll catch up with you next year. All right, we have a 235 and a 215. Might as well stay where we are on Golden Ponds. I think we had some things like get resolved in between here. I did get a few things resolved between on our break. I had some leftover problems from the criminal docket and some other issues. So,
I didn't know I had to.
you're fine.
When you said that.
Yeah. Yes, I pulled
I
a couple
started
of those out.
typing it up and I'm like,
I'll redo the whole thing. Yes.
I was like, okay. So
And we
most
get
of it-
abstracted to his driving record.
it was a crazy morning, Judge.
Well, I got a little blurry there at the end, but
I was feeling like you were getting hungry.
I
So we
was.
kept talking about lunch.
Next time I'm bringing in my own cookies for everybody.
So if you want me to, I can just wipe that out and type in the correct stuff.
Just do it right. It wasn't use of methamphetamine, it's use of a controlled substance, the Suboxone.
Well, they go under the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
They used to require a suspension of your driver's license.
Oh.
No, it didn't make sense to suspend people's license for possession of a controlled substance. $15 credit 11.
My husband has physical therapy today that I have to take him to, but I'm hoping that he'll be able to start driving next week
Oh,
and can take himself. That's what I'm hoping.
pretty soon he'll be running on the block.
He's already walking so much better than he did before the surgery. It's amazing.
We're on the live feed. All right, I think I did it right. Let me throw this one away. See if that works better.
Okay.
All right, thanks. All right, I'll see you on Monday. Thanks.
All right, thanks.
All right, we got 5 minutes till our next hearing's actually set. I may need to put the parties in a breakout room.
know, the process now, so.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, we're getting close, but I still don't have everybody I need. I have Kyle Grant here for the Danielle Ballard case, which is at 2:35. So Danielle Ballard is not here and that case isn't up yet. Crystal Gray is here for Golden Pond Estates. Casey Villa is here on behalf of Golden Pond Estates, but I don't have the attorney for Golden Pond Estates. That one's set in 2 minutes, so we'll just stay right here. Mr. Grant, I'll just put you in the waiting room. Don't go away. All right, we're still waiting for someone on behalf of the plaintiff. Well, if Ms. Ballard comes, we can skip ahead and do that one, but she's not here. I can't do anything until the clock ticks to 2:35. Well, this is kind of fun. Put everybody in the waiting room while we wait for the attorney to show up. Well, I'm here by myself. Everybody's in the waiting room. We need Attorney Cromendike or somebody from that firm. Well, next hearing isn't until We're not doing very well. I'm gonna call Mr. Commendike's office and see if I can get him.
Actually, Judge, he's calling me right now, just as you said that.
All right.
Judge, he says he's in the waiting room in Zoom.
He's not in mine.
Uh-oh, he might be in a different one.
Well, unless he's KC via the other one. No, he's not in my waiting room.
Judge, he says he's appearing as...
Here he is.
Okay, all right. Yes, I've done it.
Good afternoon. I'm not sure what happened, but we've been sitting here for 11 minutes staring at the wall.
Was totally my fault. I had it opened and I forgot to click the join button, so I apologize.
Okay, well, we've been here waiting. You've learned since we last spoke that Megan Bauer has filed an appearance on behalf of the defendant, Crystal Gray, who is present. Last time we were here on August 29th, and again, Crystal Gray is present, Casey Villa, the manager, Megan Bauer, and Steve Kromendijk for the park. The defendant believes she owed $60. Management believes she owed $1,226. That was just through August. So there was an issue regarding the amount of the arrearage. What is the claimed arrearage at this time?
Total arrearage in the total amount, this includes court costs and everything, is $1,000.
Leave the court costs out, just rent and utilities through September.
Okay, rent, utilities, and late fees is $1,033.42.
All right, well, how much is rent?
Of that, it's hard to break it down, Your Honor, because there have been periodic payments throughout. I can give you kind of the whole history.
Well, this is lot only, correct?
Correct. It's $395 a month, except for September, it bumped to $400 a month. It has been, the last time that rent was current was the end of January.
Well, and you're charging a $60 per month late fee, and
I actually cut it down to 50 in the number I gave you.
Well, I'd like to know, and the defendant would like to know, how much is rent, how much is utilities, and how much is late fees?
Judge, may I?
Yes.
So some of the defenses that the defendant is raising stem in part from the fees being assessed. I think this is a quintessential example of the fee death that is occurring in our communities. The late fees assessed come to a total of $660 based on the ledger that I received. We've also got almost $200 in credit card convenience fees, despite the fact that there are pretty limited ways to pay. We've got water test fees that rise to $76. I'm not sure that under the Clean Drinking Water Act, those charges can be assessed or not. I haven't had time to or, a chance to look into it. But we've also got sewer usage being charged twice. We've got utility service fees every month. We've got sewer usage fees every month, and we've got sewer assessment every month, collectively exceeding $300. More importantly, I think, the defendant raises as affirmative defenses that rent should be mitigated based on unverified water or questions of the water quality and usability. And I will say that this is not the only case at this park that we're investigating, so we have requested records. And it currently appears that the park's license is expired. So the park operating license through LARA and the Bureau of Construction Codes expired on October 1st of 2024, as far as I can see. And I can share the public interface for the record, licensing records, I mean. But for all those reasons, the defendant believes that what plaintiff is seeking is it should not be awarded today, and that we ask the court to set it for a trial.
Okay.
Trial.
This issue, Mr. Cromendike, I had mentioned this before. Either you or Ms. Villa or the current owners were there at this park, but we've had water quality issues over the years at this park. At one point I mentioned, this is maybe as many as 20 years ago, it was in deplorable condition. The pond was cleaner than the water coming out of the tap. You've always got a problem. I had another case earlier this week at a Riverside Estates, I think they call it, a mobile home park with about 40 units in it out in the country, no wastewater treatment facility, and there's the same issues. You got 40 trailers all flushing their toilets over the same groundwater the well is in. And this park has been here for many years. There were some improvements made. I mentioned to you that one of the previous owners actually put the drain field and septic fields on a neighboring farmer's property without telling them. They just had them installed. So this has been historically. We had another owner who I think precedes this owner who made a number of improvements to the park, paving, septic, other issues. But I don't know what the current status is. As I mentioned before, the health department was reluctant to condemn the park and make everybody in it homeless. But we've got multiple issues. I can't tell how these figures were calculated. Apparently there's stuff in here I don't know about. Credit card fees, water test fees, sewer usage fees, and $660 of late fees. And what happens, Ms. Gray, this is common. When you get behind on your rent, this happens with your credit card too. Let's say your rent is $500 a month. And in December, you pay $400, so you're late. So you pay $500 in January. You're still $100 behind. So you get a late fee for January. Then you pay $500 in February. You're still $100 behind. You get another $50 late fee. So even though you're paying, when you carry an arrearage forward, they apply your payment to the oldest month's rent. And the same thing works with your credit card. You'll be making a payment, but you get a arrearage fee each month, and all of a sudden your credit card bill is very large. I wasn't sure about these credit card usage fees. That you have to pay a fee to pay your rent. And I'm not sure. Fee. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's a processing fee, is my understanding.
Is it on everybody's rent?
It's if you choose to pay by credit card, the credit card company charges a fee,
Okay.
and rather than eating that fee, the park passes it on to the tenant.
Yeah, I certainly respect that. I thought it was you're putting your rent on your credit card, not good financial advice, but yeah, there's a fee and they make the tenant pay it.
Judge,
Okay,
my understanding is that tenants are prohibited from paying by money order at this park.
That I'm not aware of. I remember the last conversation we had, Casey had mentioned an alternative to a credit card. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I'm fairly confident there is one.
If I may, Your Honor.
yes.
We don't prohibit, we discourage our tenants from making money order payments just because they usually get lost in the mail. And sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes even more than a month to receive them. And so we tell them that there are alternatives to making payments to their rent. One is through credit card, one is through ACH. And I've said this multiple times in multiple email communications that the ACH payment will only cost them $1 of convenience fee. Now on the portal where they're trying to make payments using their credit cards, it's already stated there before they make a payment. It's noted there that convenience fee of 2.95% is being charged if they make a payment through a credit card. And there's an option to choose ACH, and it tells them that it's only $1. And there's also payments through Walmart, Walgreens, 7-Eleven, which is through a Pay Near Me code, which is also a standard of $4 per payment. So those are our payment options, Your Honor.
Can they pay cash?
They can't, sir, unfortunately.
So they have to pay for the privilege of paying their rent. They have
It's
to
all
pay some sort of,
paperless.
I'm not sure under the Landlord Tenant Relationship Act, you can do that, but I don't know. The world is certainly changing. There's a lot of pay portals for different parks and apartments, but I don't believe there ought to be some option to pay that doesn't cost you anything. And I don't know if does the lease prohibit payment in cash. So anyway, there's a lot of issues here that need to get resolved. Not the least of which is the allegation that the operating license for the park is expired. What do you know about that?
I do not know anything about that. I'm going to need to look into it and talk to my client.
Well, at this point, I'm reluctant to simply set a trial. I think we need to set a further hearing. You guys need to explore some of this. And I need to know how this is broken down. Just throw it at the wall and see if it sticks. I can't tell how much is rent, how much is late fees, how much is user fees.
Yep.
And
I've got a full spreadsheet broken down, and I just want to clarify. Meg had mentioned some numbers earlier about total late fees and total credit card fees and total utility fees. My numbers are slightly different because I calculated from starting February 1, because the last time rent was current was the end of January. So I didn't worry about anything pre-February 1. So the numbers I have are from February 1 through today. Over that period, I've got a breakdown of, rent, which was $395 a month, except for this most recent month of September, which was $400. Late fees at $50 a month. They're showing as $60 a month on the ledger. I dropped them down to $50. I've got utilities broken down. Over that period, there's been a total of $587.92 of utilities. And over that period, and then I've got a total of the payments and the credit card fees that were associated with that.
What are the utilities?
Utilities are just the water, which my understanding is that in the past, the water was billed directly to the tenant. There's a Universal Utilities is the meter provider out there. And in the past, they billed each tenant individually. And that recently, earlier this year, they changed that. And so they now bill the park, and the park bills out to each individual tenant, if that makes sense.
Well, we'll have to sort it out. So is there a there's a water provider that provides water to this?
So I don't know if it's well or city. I believe that there's one meter that comes into if it's on public water, there's one meter for the park or it's a well, and then there's a separate sub meter for each individual unit. And I believe those sub meters are owned and serviced by a private company called Universal Utilities.
Ms. Via, where does the water come from?
It's well water, sir.
Judge, may I respond?
Yes.
So there's a couple of questions here. Can unpaid utilities, particularly when those are owned and operated and managed by a third-party company, provide a basis for eviction based on unpaid rent? That's a legal question. Factually, the ledger that I'm looking at, there was a charge on August 21st, Universal Utilities water test fee, $12.80, Universal Utilities service fee, $9, Universal Utilities sewer usage charge, $6.10, Universal Utilities sewer, $45.12, Universal Utilities water, minus $20 community credit, which I don't know what that is, but $11.13. So it is more than just water. We've got 2 sewer charges, plus a service fee, plus a water test fee, plus the water usage fee. Never mind the ones that I talked about.
And I'm not finding that stuff in the lease. So is the contention that they aren't paying the third-party service provider?
My understanding is that in the past, those amounts were billed from Universal Utilities directly to the tenant. And so that was a responsibility of the tenant to pay Universal Utilities. And that changed at some time earlier this year, where the Universal Utilities now bills the park pays, and then goes to collect from the respective tenants. That's my understanding, at least.
Okay, we're gonna have to sort that out because it's not in the lease. The lease also says defendant can pay by check or money order or ACH transfer. Cash is not acceptable.
This is a whole additional can of worms, Judge, but you'll note that that lease isn't actually signed by my client.
Oh, wonderful.
Right.
In fact, the lease, paragraph 10, doesn't allow payment by credit card. Residents shall make payment and other charges by electronic transfer, ARCH, check, or money order. So there's a whole, this lease is not in compliance with current practice. It was dated August 31st of 2024. It's now a month-to-month basis. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of issues. Ms. Via, there's a well, and the well is owned by a private company or managed by a private company?
It's managed by Universal Utilities, sir. So we have our meters through Universal Utilities. It's installed to every unit, and they're the ones who read the meters every month. We receive the bill, and then we input it in their ledger.
All right, is there a septic system or a sewer system?
We are on septic, sir.
Each individual unit?
Yes, sir.
Each unit has its own septic.
Yes, sir, I believe.
No wonder you have water. These individual trailer lots are not big enough to maintain a septic system. At one point, there was some sort of park system, as I mentioned, he put it in the neighbor's field. But if every one of these trailers, and this is a phenomenon, has its own septic, the
Yeah, I'm
lots
not
aren't
sure on
big.
that.
We'll have to sort all this out. But again, apparently somebody's testing the water, so that's a plus. I don't know what the results are, but
I do know I had a water test that I had seen earlier this year. I don't know when the last one was done, but I know that it's been done fairly regularly.
All right. I think the new owner probably is in the process of trying to get things squared away. I mentioned to you last time, Mr. Commandike, we spent a good deal of time at the district judges conference in August discussing mobile home parks. And these septic and water issues are not just local to St. Joe County, but this lease doesn't match the practice. Defendant disputes the amount owed, and there's a fundamental issue about whether you can do a non-payment of rent in a lot only case, that it should be a just cause termination. Judge Murphy in Livingston County wrote a very well-written opinion that says you can't do it. Meg, have you given any thought to that issue?
Yeah, that's a complicated issue because the right to redeem is a valuable right for tenants.
That's why I haven't forced it, especially during COVID. We were getting emergency financial assistance for people. But with the just cause termination, they don't have any option but to vacate. So I've been allowing it for 20 years, but some other judges are not. And I don't know that you want to break that wall for your clients, because in this case, if they did a just cause termination, she'd have no option but to move. In a non-payment of rent case, she can redeem it. We just need to figure out how much the rent is.
I also think, Judge, that really where the rubber meets the road on this kind of factual or this kind of question actually depends on what the park does upon receiving its judgment and the tenant defaulting on the judgment. They have the right to remove the home from the lot, I believe, say, in a non-payment of rent case like this. They have the right to remove the home from the lot, but they do not have a right to touch anything inside the home if they don't own it.
That's the current state of the law.
Which is problematic because, number one, it's very expensive to move a home.
Yes.
And number two, where do you put it?
Yes.
Cost of doing business.
Right.
Yeah, well, you were at our seminar because those very questions were presented by Mr. Cox and asked by all the judges. And as more large companies are buying mobile home parks, this issue is going to continue to come up. Well, what I'm going to do with this is bump it out a couple of weeks, and I'm going to ask you guys to do some hard work and talk to each other.
Certainly. I appreciate Attorney Cromendike calling me back.
I
might have time.
I'd like to figure it out. I mean, at the core of it, I think, I'd like to just sit down and we can work through it and get it figured out.
Well, one thing they could use a new lease. The amounts have gone up. The practices have changed. There's no reference in here to sewer or water. The late fees need to be addressed. The method of payment needs to be addressed. They're allowing credit card payment. That's the first one I've seen where people are paying their rent with a credit card. But the lease doesn't seem to allow for that. It does allow check or money order. But let's see, today is the 5th. US. All right, let's continue this to Friday, September 19th at 11:05. Now, Ms. Bauer spoke to this. If the water or sewer is inadequate, there's abatement of rent issues and covenant of habitability issues. I went out once to visit a site, a mobile home. I did a site visit and the landlord was there and the tenant was there. And it had a nice unattached garage, but the trailer was older, probably a 50s model. It started to rain. And while I was there, the rain was running down the inside of the walls, all through the trailer. And I ordered the tenant had to pay no rent. I abated all of it, but they needed to get out of there. Literally, the water was just running inside the walls of the trailer. I don't know how much mold was in there. But trailers are older. They're passing their useful life. You can't move them. There's just a lot of difficult issues with them. So you guys are going to be in communication. We'll see what we can do. Now, Ms. Gray, right now, this is filed as a non-payment of rent case. One issue of concern is you don't want to kick over too many rocks because if the health department condemns this place, you're going to have to move and you can't move your trailer. You can't afford to move it. They could come out and placard it as inhabitable. I don't think we're there. I don't think it's that situation. I had another place that I think maybe, but this very park was in that position 20 years ago. I haven't been out there in a long time. Maybe I need another road trip. At any rate, you stay in contact with your lawyer. Your lawyer is going to be in contact with their lawyer. We'll see if we can come to some resolution. If we can't, at least we can narrow the issues for the trial. All right, I'll see everybody in 2 weeks, 11:05 on September 19th, 11:05 to noon. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, I'll stick around for this last one,
All right.
unless it's all set.
All right, I'm counting on you to solve that.
Gonna try.
All right, our last case of the day and of the week is Kyle Grant versus Danielle Ballard. Mr. Grant is here in the conference room. Danielle Ballard is here. We discussed this case last week. I don't think Ms. Ballard really wants to be there, but she didn't have anywhere to go. Mr. Ballard Mr. Grant let her move in there. That wasn't a good idea. His girlfriend didn't like it. cut off the power. And here we are. Miss Ballard, have you had any success? Again?
No, I have not. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, you're going to have to move.
I've been
You don't have a lease. The health department probably does not approve this as a place to live. We had another case in this same township, not very far away from here, maybe within a couple of miles, where the health department came in and condemned the apartment. And the lady's still in it. We need to get her out. So
out of there.
go ahead.
I've been moving my stuff out of there and putting it in storage.
All right. You also owe me money, but I'm not gonna push that issue right now. You need money to try to get another place to go. But this is a tenancy of last resort. And he wants you out. In fact, he needs to get you out because the township may get on his back. All the utilities are currently working.
Yes.
So, Mr. Grant, in addition to not receiving any rent, you're paying all the utilities?
Yes.
This was never actually set up as an apartment, was it? It was just something that was sort of cobbled together?
It was put together as a storage room, but it is like a bedroom. I mean, but yeah, like I said, she needed a place to stay, and I didn't want to see her stay outside, so I said you can stay there till we can figure something out, you know. And
is there a bathroom in this building?
she can use the bathroom in the house if she needs to. I mean, let's say she's got access to whatever she needs. So
When did the door get unlocked?
All right, so you need to move.
Yeah.
I thought there was a bathroom out there, so you have to go into their house to use the bathroom?
Yeah, whenever the door is unlocked, I can. I guess. I mean, they were keeping it locked all the time, and to lock me for the bathroom, so I'd have to go in town, ride my bike in town to use the bathroom and shower and stuff.
Oh, boy. You can't do that either, but then you've got a hostile tenant just walking around inside your house. This is a bad situation. Miss Ballard, you got 10 days to move or you're subject to being evicted. You can't continue in this tenancy the way this is. Or I can have the health department come condemn it and they can remove you tomorrow. You can't live in a shed above somebody's garage, a storage room. And Mr. Grant, you can't let somebody live in there. If you ask me for money, I probably would deny it because you shouldn't have let her move in there in the first place. But she's living in what's probably a not habitable space without a bathroom. You need to provide her access to the bathroom.
she has all
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, she's got access, all she's gotta do is knock on the door, and like I say, I'm not the one locking the door, you know? I got another roommate that they don't get along, and she says this and she says that, and I'm tired of getting yelled at both ways. And so, I mean, if she needs,
Yeah, that's what I
not
want
a
to do.
problem, I have the door unlocked, when I'm there, I unlock the door, so.
Thank you.
You need to unlock the door or make it available to her. Miss Ballard, you got 10 days from today to vacate, which is September 22nd.
Which is already passed.
Are you on probation upstairs?
No, I'm going through a Arno case.
It's still pending in circuit court?
Correct.
All right.
I have trial on the 14th of October. I was the in a high-speed police chase.
All right, you have 10 days to appeal this, which is also September 22nd. Mr. Grant, in the meantime, she is what's called a tenant at sufferance. You let her move in there. She's not a trespasser. She's kind of a squatter, but not exactly. She came in with your permission. And since she is there with your permission, you need to allow her, you can't shut the utilities off, and you need to allow her to use the restroom.
Not a problem.
All right. But if she's not out within 10 days, you come here on the following day, which is September 23rd, and bring $15, and you can get a writ of eviction, and the sheriff will come and put her out. So Miss Ballard, I guess I would encourage you to continue to make whatever steps you need to get your stuff out of there.
Yes, sir.
As I recall, you had driver license issues. Do you have a valid license?
I do not.
So you've been riding your bike?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any family around here?
I have a brother, but we don't communicate.
Well, you're in a tough spot, but you can't stay here.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay. You got 10 days to vacate. All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Grant, if you wait, I'll give you a copy of that order.
All right.
You go out to the counter and the clerk will give it to you, okay? Meg, thanks for your help. A lot of septic tank issues today, 3 of them or more. All right,
Been
thanks.
a bit of a stinky week. Bad
Well,
timing, you know.
all these mobile home parks, this park's probably 70 years old. It was old when I got here in the prosecutor's office. And you've got a lot of trailers in close proximity. And if each one of those little trailer lots is its own septic field, you can't draw water from that aquifer. But it's very expensive to put in a treatment plant. So I tend to question the continuing viability of rural mobile home parks without wastewater treatment. Anyway, I just inspected one earlier this week that was in very poor condition. All right, I'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, some of this stuff. You know something? While we were doing this, while we listened to this, I had scheduled and set up tomorrow's live stream, so I don't have to worry about that. I am going to take a break for a little bit after this stream and rest for a few minutes, and then I guess get ready to listen to Jeremy. Thank you very much. So that's it for today, everybody. Tomorrow is Monday, which is Judge David Flesher's courtroom docket. If you're not a subscriber to this channel and you like the content that's on this channel, please consider subscribing to this channel. By subscribing to this channel, you are helping this channel grow. And to all the new subscribers to this channel, welcome to my platform. And again, I repeat this, everybody is welcome here as long as you behave yourself. So that's it for today's docket. You all have a wonderful evening and have a wonderful week. Some I will see during the week, some I will see on the weekend. So you all have an awesome week and you have an awesome evening. I'll see you on the next live stream. You all behave yourselves if you can. Bye-bye, ta-ta, and ciao-ciao.
With that breakdown. mountains high, high, come down to it all. With your tools in hand, hand, making magic flow. Every broken part, you help me grow. You fix it all, fix it all. You fix it all. Daniel, Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, Daniel, everything's right. When I'm falling apart, you put me back together. Daniel, Daniel, you make it better. From the wires tangled up to the broken dreams, you know how to mend all my scattered seams. With your steady hands, you refill my heart. Every piece that's lost gets a brand new start. You fix it all, fix it all. You fix it all. Daniel, Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, Daniel, everything's bright. When I'm falling apart, you put me back together. Daniel, Daniel, you make it better. Fix it, Daniel. Fix it, Daniel. Fix it, Daniel. Make it right when the world shuts down, and I can't see clear. You're my solid ground, always drawing near. Never give up on this heart of mine. Put it back together every single time. Fix it all, fix it all. I was standing tall to all you do. From the highest peak, I can see it through. With your care and touch, everything's okay.